Some Minneapolis homes sell almost immediately, while other homes sit on the market for weeks, sometimes even months. A lot of homeowners assume the reason is the market must be bad, but most of the time, that's not actually the reason, because even in the same market with similar interest rates, similar buyers, and similar inventory, some homes generate immediate activity, while others struggle to get attention at all. And if you're thinking about selling anywhere in Minneapolis, St. Paul, or the greater Twin Cities area, understanding why that happens is incredibly important, because the way your home enters the market can completely shape buyer perception, showing activity, negotiation power, and ultimately your final result. So in this video, I'm breaking down why some homes sell quickly, why some homes sit, the biggest mistakes sellers make before listing, what buyers notice immediately, and how to position your home more strategically from day one. Because at the end of the day, the goal is clarity, not pressure. And understanding this before listing your home can save you a lot of stress later. Now first, let's talk about one of the biggest misconceptions homeowners have. A lot of people think if my home doesn't sell quickly, the market must be terrible. That is too simplistic, because buyers don't evaluate homes in isolation. They compare everything. They compare condition, pricing, photos, presentation, layout, updates, the area around your home, and overall perceived value. Buyer perception forms fast, especially online, and it's within seconds. And this is where it starts to get interesting, because buyers aren't asking, is this a good house? They're subconsciously asking, how does this home compare to the other options I've already seen? The comparison mindset changes everything, because your home is competing against every active listing buyers are viewing online, every open house that they've toured, and every property they've saved on home search sites. That's why positioning matters so much. Let's talk pricing, because pricing is one of the biggest reasons homes sit on the market. A lot of sellers unintentionally hurt their momentum before the home even launches, because they price emotionally instead of strategically. And emotionally, that makes total sense. People naturally connect memories, upgrades, effort, and personal attachment to value. But buyers evaluate homes differently. Buyers evaluate competition, affordability, condition, and perceived value relative to the market, not emotional attachment. And this is where pricing mistakes become dangerous, because the first days on market matter more than most sellers realize. When a home first hits the market, that's when it gets the most visibility, the most attention, and the highest level of buyer curiosity. That initial launch window is incredibly important, and if buyers feel the home is overpriced immediately, activity often slows down quickly. Now, another huge factor is presentation, because buyers experience homes emotionally before logically. I know I said remove your emotions, but buyers make emotional decisions, especially online. And photos are doing way more work than most homeowners realize, because before buyers ever schedule a showing, they're scrolling fast. And if the home feels dark, looks cluttered, or outdated, or poorly presented, buyers may skip it immediately, even if the house itself is actually great. And this is why preparation before listing matters so much, because presentation influences clicks, showing requests, emotional reactions, and buyer excitement. Some of the highest impact improvements before listing are not massive renovations. Sometimes it's as simple as decluttering, lighting, painting, some landscaping, cleaning, and really just improving overall presentation. The goal is strategic positioning, and more than that, it is clarity, not pressure. Another thing that sellers underestimate is condition relative to competition, because buyers compare homes very quickly. If two homes are similarly priced, but one feels brighter, cleaner, more updated, and more move-in ready, buyers usually gravitate toward the easier emotional decision. That's just human nature. Now, here's another important thing. The market itself does matter, but usually not in the way people think, because in slower markets, buyers become more selective. That means pricing matters more, presentation matters more, and buyer perception matters more. In stronger seller markets, homes may have more margin for error, but in a balanced or slower market, strategy becomes incredibly important. This is one reason I keep seeing sellers get frustrated, because they assume inventory's low, so my home should automatically sell quickly. But buyers are still evaluating very carefully, especially with affordability changes, monthly payment sensitivity, and higher overall housing costs. Today's buyers are often more analytical than people realize. Now, let's talk about something sellers emotionally struggle with: price reductions. Because a lot of homeowners feel if we reduce the price, we failed. That's not true. Sometimes the market is simply giving feedback. And listening to feedback early is often better than chasing the market downward over time, because the longer a home sits, the more leverage buyers often feel they have. That's why strategic positioning from day one matters so much. And another thing sellers should really understand is online activity does not always equal real buyer demand. A home may get views, saves, clicks, and online attention without generating strong showing activity. That disconnect often tells you buyers are hesitating somewhere. It's typically around pricing, presentation, or perceived value. The homeowners who usually experience the smoothest sales are often the people who prepare early, price strategically, understand buyer psychology, and focus on positioning instead of emotion. That preparation changes everything. And here's an important mindset shift. The goal is not to trick buyers into loving your home by spending a bunch of money and renovating. The goal is helping buyers feel confident, comfortable, and emotionally connected, because buyers buy emotionally first, then justify logically afterward. That's how most real estate decisions happen. And again, this is why early strategy conversations matter so much, because sometimes very small adjustments before listing can dramatically improve buyer perception, showing activity, and overall market response. And sometimes those adjustments matter more than expensive upgrades. And by the way, if you're thinking about selling anywhere in Minneapolis, St. Paul, or the greater Twin Cities, make sure to subscribe, because I make weekly videos helping homeowners and home buyers better understand this market, avoid expensive mistakes, and make smarter real estate decisions with clarity, not pressure. And before we wrap up, this is probably the biggest takeaway from the entire conversation. Homes that sell quickly are usually not lucky. They're strategically positioned. The positioning includes pricing, presentation, condition, understanding buyer psychology, and market timing. Understanding those things before listing can dramatically reduce stress during the selling process, because at the end of the day, selling a home successfully is not about pressure. It's about preparation. It's about positioning. And most importantly, it's about clarity, not pressure. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions about buying or selling anywhere in Minneapolis, St. Paul, or the greater Twin Cities area, feel free to reach out anytime. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.